It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping. It's a super spring spritzel. Oh, spring spritzel. Switch to Ryan Gosling.
Now listen, everybody. You didn't think we were going to do April Fool's Day without some spring spritzel. It had to happen. It had to happen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are nearing 100 of you, the finest individuals out there on the web. I don't care what your mama said about you. You're wonderful, darn it. And we love having you here. We've got MJ, we've got Culture Casino, and we're fresh out of Pedro's. So let's go. Let's get to the fun stuff. And we never get enough, folks, of bringing you the latest when it comes to Disney news. Boy, do we have some news today. Woo! This is going to be a fun one. I can't wait. MJ, how are you?
You know what? You caught me off guard with that spring system.
You like the spritzel?
I didn't expect that. But it is April Fool. So
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Tom says I'm a little low today. Tom, I don't know. Alex says I'm low too. Do I sound? Am I higher now?
There's a little echo also.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo too.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Well, let's fix the echo. 3, 2, 1. Let's see, folks. This is why we were delayed. If you're wondering why we were a minute late,
Audio.
Check that and see how. Is that better, guys?
StreamYard is doing an April Fool's on us, guys.
How are we doing now? How are we doing? How's the audio? Culture says I'm good. He's muted though. StreamYard has struck again. Oh no, that's the Culture.
I said boom shakalaka. You nailed it. So
Boom shakalaka laka.
From way downtown, bang.
Let's see. He's on fire. Boom.
He's on fire.
All right, folks, you're on fire. We're glad to have everybody out there, and hope this is better. But yeah, StreamYard. That's why we were 1 minute late. We don't like to be late, but here we are, and it's great to be with all of you as we dive into the controversies surrounding Mario. Hollywood wants to take him down and has an effect on the parks. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, your super chats, please. Up on the screen, Wildman of Yavin for 5. Not going to lie. I like that goal. Culture, do you know the goal? We should probably see what the goal is before we... Culture, we had 20 super chats today. You have to tell us your favorite places to eat, the favorite things you like to get in the theme parks, because you are a man now, an authority.
Authority.
Oh, sweet. Respect this man's authority.
You are an authority in the area of foods and culinary issues with theme parks.
I just like food, and like I said, I like healthy foods. So there you go.
Says, but I bet I could ask Culture Casino, and he'd openly tell us. That said, here's 5 out of obligation.
I can't wait to talk about healthy food and how food heals with culture. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Hey, Culture?
Yes, sir.
Is there anywhere in any of the parks that one can purchase a purple potato?
Wow. See, normally I'd say that. I think seasonally, they probably get a pretty good deal on them for the Irish place that the lady got accidentally poisoned to death.
You're talking about not Raglan? Not Raglan Road, the Raglan attached to it.
Yeah. I think seasonally,
Dublin or something like that. What is that?
Yeah. I can't recall the name.
Yeah, you're right. Dublin something. Yeah.
And then look, I mean, some of my favorite foods like are appetizers. So like just across the way from that restaurant is it just fell out of my head. It's the Japanese place. They have an outdoor section. Yeah, Miyamoto's. Yeah, and if you go inside and you order the pot stickers,
hey, Culture. Yeah. We have to hit the goal for you to do this.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'll wait.
Stop it, you.
Shush.
Texas 8412 for 5. Wildman missed the spring spritzel yesterday. Folks, did you miss the spritzel? Do you want the spritzel?
No.
Let's doubling down.
It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please.
I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
By the way,
personal attack.
Can I say something nice about her?
She's like the Phoenix. She's resurrected her career. Go for it.
It's amazing. And I want to wait till we talk officially about the film, but it was glorious. I mean, she's turned her back on the crazies, which I'm like,
Culture,
thank you.
First story of the day. Shut it. Shut it, you. Sorry. You're destroying our goal. You're destroying our first story.
I'm terrible. Somebody fire me. Fire me.
Juliet from 5. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, Juliet. We appreciate you. Good to see you out there. And Mark Fields from 199. Positive vibes to you all to another great day. And I dare say a day of excellence is on the way. Culture, you are chomping at the bit, buddy. You just can't stop it. So
no, I'm wearing my official Criticless hat. Are you kidding me?
Listen, we're going to talk
fireworks in the background.
Yeah. We're talking Mario quickly because this guy can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. That's the name of Culture Casino. Folks, he is in a very happy mood, if that gives you any idea of what he thought about the thing we're about to discuss. So cast away, Cranky Casino. He's gone away. Because, folks, it's time to dive into the very first story today. And Hollyweird is losing their ever-loving minds over Mario. And I think we know why. We'll talk about it. Is Bowser truly a toxic source of the manosphere? Hide your daughters, hide your sons. Don't let them see Bowser Jr. Let's talk about it right now. Hollywood hates the Mario movie, Mario Galaxy. They can't stand it. They hate it. One of us has seen the film. I'll be watching it in just a few moments. Culture Casino has seen it. No spoilers, please, Mr. Casino, but let's dive in right now.
No.
Geeks and Gamers says this. Hollywood critics trashed the Super Mario Galaxy movie with rotten review score. Says the divide between critics and audiences is once again front and center. And 44%. And this is the one that has people saying, scratching their heads like, what? What? This is Grace. Hang on, Culture. I'm going to get you, and I promise, but I want to go to Grace with another L take, okay? Well, hello there. All right, Grace, take it away.
I continue to feel that Bowser and now Bowser Jr.
Hold on. She continues to feel as if this is an ongoing. Does she wake up every morning thinking about Bowser and what he means for the manosphere? Okay, we'll play it. I'll stop. It's too much. It's just too much. Here we go.
I continue to feel that Bowser and now Bowser Jr. are a little bit too actually evil. Like, it goes beyond cartoon villainy. I think maybe because they kind
She sounds like a dummy. Her voice is annoying. Gosh.
This is so much fun. I'm sorry. Yes, Grace, I want to clear this up for you. Bowser is bad in the Mario universe.
From Halloween Horror Nights.
Bowser is actually bad in Mario.
Kind of mimic like the toxic manosphere that is like, I don't know if it's becoming more and more popular, if it's maybe finally reached its breaking point, but I see a lot of similar talking points there. And the movie
Culture. Grace Randolph says she sees a lot of similarities between the toxic manosphere and Bowser Jr.'s talking points in the movie. Culture, you've seen the film without going into spoilers. What the heck is going on?
I really do feel like sometimes she's a player character in her own version of the world, because it wasn't anywhere in the movie. I don't even know what she's talking about. If anything, the relationship building between Bowser and Bowser Jr. was incredibly positive, despite the fact that they're both evil as they are in the games. This thing followed the storyline so beautifully. And look, I did a non-spoiler review, which I dropped this morning. I can't wait until you and I talk about it after you've seen the film.
That's right.
But look, I sacrificed sleep so I could see this because I wanted to see it first. I wanted to get a review out. I wanted to, I feel like I'm countermanding all of the the trade publications and all the nastiness like IGN. You realize that IGN USA rated this a 6. Now, mind you, IGN USA rated Elio a 9.
Right. This is
okay. And I'm like going, I'm like, hang on a minute. And then what was even funnier was that not an hour later, IGN Brazil actually released their thing, and I translated it from Portuguese to English, and they gave it a 9. They gave the movie a 9. I was like, what is happening?
We know what's happening. We'll get to that in just a second. MJ, your thoughts on the manosphere? MJ, what is the manosphere, and should we be afraid of it? Is it like the death egg? Is it like is it a giant orb that's going to circle the earth? What is the manosphere?
I have no idea what she's talking about. She sounds like she's chewing her face, and she looks like a scare actor from Halloween Horror Nights. So I can't even understand what she's saying. Like,
I want to be nice to her, but my gosh, like,
no, we don't need to be nice to her. No,
it's a cartoon dragon turtle with his dragon turtle baby flying in a clown car, like.
And he's been more. Bowser's been around longer than her, and he's more known. And he's been around for decades. And yeah, he's a nostalgic character that everyone loves. He's that villain that you can't help but love, right? You want the shirt with Bowser on it. You don't want a shirt with Grace on it. She's just
the greatest. This is the greatest L take ever. Folks, here's more of it though, okay? Just so you don't think this is not us taking Grace down.
No, it's every one of these people.
All of them, okay? Peter Bradshaw from, I believe this is The Guardian, says the Super Mario Galaxy movie review, it's a bland screensaver of a movie that's actually worse than AI. If we go to the London Times, the Super Mario Galaxy movie review, is this the end of cinema?
Yeah, right.
Is this the end of cinema?
Hoppers is the end of Pixar.
Go to Variety. Variety, remember, is one of the Hollywood trades. They're putting out what is the official talking points, not the manosphere, but the talking points of Hollywood. The Super Mario Galaxy movie review, frenetic and disappointing sequel is a threadbare adventure that's all video game Easter eggs. Woof. Woof. The trades are going after this one. And finally, this one I believe is from, I don't know which one this, is this discussing film? I can't tell. But anyway, the Super Mario Galaxy movie review, a joke-free sequel that doubles down on its own blandness. Okay. Culture, let me throw you a thesis on the blandness, and then you run with it, okay? Because you've seen the film.
Oh, yeah.
They are terrified that this is what audiences want. Audiences don't want Elio. No. Audiences don't want Strange World. Audiences don't want Lightyear. Audiences don't want Ella McKay. Audiences don't want Tron Ares. No. Audiences don't want The Bride. And they tried, and they tried, and they tried. They huffed, and they puffed, and they puffed, and they huffed, trying to get us to go watch woke stuff for a decade, and people want to see Mario, and they're furious. Now, Culture, I haven't seen the film.
Oh.
So I'm an ignoramus.
No, you're not.
I would say.
No, because all your assumptions about the film, based just strictly on the trailer, are correct. Pro, this is visually stunning, this film. In fact, somebody else said exactly the same words verbatim. Krista, who's a huge Nintendo fan over at G&G. Right, this is a regular Mario Kart player, somebody who understands the characters, and there is female power in Nintendo. The princesses are a source of power, and that's kind of what the story leans into. But everybody has their own adventure in here. This is very well done. There is no blandness. There is no feminine color grading like you got in Elio and other similar Pixar projects. This is visually spectacular in a way that you are immersed in the world, and it moves along. This is the other thing they're complaining about. This movie moves along at a fast clip. You need to take your potty break before this thing starts, because you are not going to want to leave here. You're going to miss too much. And from beginning to end, it's action packed. And the reason it's so condensed into an hour and 38 minutes is because they had so much to tell. They had to give you background on stuff. They had to do things to understand where you were in the story. If you didn't catch the last movie, you're not going to be lost in this one. It's kind of revisited in a very condensed way. I think the truth is they're terrified because the projected opening of this movie, Pro, makes Hoppers look like a bad April Fool's joke.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
it does.
And then they want Hoppers. Listen, Hoppers was supposed to be the return to form. They don't like this. Okay, but it doesn't matter because it's going to make, like you said, a ton of money.
Yeah.
Predictless, which I think is a much more even-keeled website to find out what's really going on. Nice hat there, Culture.
Oh, yeah.
has this rated at a 74%. It's not the greatest movie ever. It's not Godfather Part 2, but it's a pretty darn good movie at 74%. I think that's much better than 40% that the mainstream, lamestream, going extinct dinosaur critics are having to say. Yeah. MJ, they are waging war on this, knowing that the audience is likely to love it. And I think that means this is a film that matters to them. They want to take this film down because they are willing to kill their credibility in order to try to defeat Mario. What is it they hate about it, MJ?
They just, there's a saying, don't hate the hater, hate the game, right? Or don't hate the player, hate the game. Well, it doesn't have any wokey stuff in it, so they're not excited about that. It's something that everyone can sit and enjoy because there's people like ourselves, people in the live audience that have grown up playing these amazing video games. We grew up with this. Is nostalgic, and it also speaks to the kids that we have that are little. And it's like, it's just, I mean, someone sent me a video, a shout out to Dan's Life, sent me a video of the theater when he walked in. The music from the video game was playing in the theater, and I started crying just to watch. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, they're just hating, and they're very upset because there's an agenda with the woke stuff. Okay, there's an agenda, and it's all dark and evil, and it's the Hollyweirds just coming against the goodness. It's good versus evil in real life.
Now, Culture, I've promised the crowd. I'm promising the audience right now. We will not do spoilers, but this. No. I don't think this is spoiling anything. I need to know something, Culture.
Sure.
I need to know if this is in the movie again. Just bear with me for a moment. Are you ready?
All right, now listen.
Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule.
No, but there is an homage. Hang on. There is an
love you till the very end. Culture.
No. But there is an homage to his performance, and I'm going to tell you something. MJ got it exactly right. This film, in the soundtrack, in the score, in everything that they did here, they got it right. So this feels like you're immersed in the game. It's not. It's glorious. I was like, oh, I remember that theme. It was from this game, and this, and then or this is from this part of Super Mario Galaxy, and the sheer volume. I think a lot of people in the media call them cameos or whatever, but they're just characters that kind of walk through the background that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I remember that, and and they're dropped into places, and there are scenes that are interchangeable. You're going to see, especially towards the end of the movie, that is like the animation representation of what's happening in real time, and then an observation from the outside of what the video game looked like where they were going through those levels. It's fascinating. The visual spectacle is top notch. Again, it's some people have gone as far as saying it's frenetically paced, but this is just a quick movie. They understand that you have short attention span theater when it comes to the younger generations, and they take full advantage of it. There's no way, especially if you're ADHD or you're a little bit on the autism side like I am, you're not going to lose interest in this. It just goes it's fantastic.
Mario, Luigi, and Donkey Kong 2. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Hey, Culture. Hey, MJ. I'll tell you one thing about this. I am hoping now that Mario wipes the floor with the critics. I hope it makes even more than I was predicting. And I hope this film over here that we're looking at makes less, because I guarantee you they're going to defend this nonstop. They're already putting out the messaging. Supergirl star Millie Alcock braces for backlash as women face scrutiny for simply existing. When has this ever worked? This ever worked?
This preemptive anti-marketing stuff is never worked.
Every time. Every time you see this, it is a guarantee the film is going to flop. And I don't know if it's because they've already seen it and they know it's going to flop, so this is the defense mechanism, or if this is just the mechanism by which it fails. I don't know. Does the tail wag the dog? I don't know. But I can tell you this. Mario, I hope, wipes the floor with the critics, and I hope this one is on the floor, because I am sick and tired of Hollyweird not learning yet that what we want is non-divisiveness. We want generosity, kindness. We're over men versus women. We're over race after race. We are after the race of great entertainment yet again. Bring it on, Mario. And sorry, Grace, but I don't think Bowser is part of the Manosphere. If you haven't heard, he's not even a man. He's just a Koopa King. All right, folks, are we having fun yet?
Yeah.
And that's the way we start a show. That was a good time. Not the typical stuff we do on TPP. Usually we just cover theme parks, but I couldn't stop. I could not.
Well, it's related. It's related because we have this amazing Nintendo Land in 2 parks in the U.S. right now. You have the Donkey Kong expansion. You got all kinds of other things coming up in expansion pads. They just gave you a movie you could do anything with. They presented us with the precursors to potentially a Star Fox film and Smash Brothers. Everything.
You don't. No spoilers now. No spoilers.
No, these are not spoilers. I'm just telling you that all the building blocks for Nintendo Cinematic Universe that you talked about almost 3 years ago now. Do you remember that? Holy cow!
Isn't it great culture? Isn't it great that the predictions we made 3 years ago? They're all true. Every last, every last, and the media. They'll the Twitter, the X's. They'll get out there and they'll talk about My Time to Shine, and they'll talk about Hello, whatever that is, and they get all these scoopers, right? And then you'll look it up and you'll say, is this a trustworthy person? You'll ask Grok or something, and it'll come back and it'll say, well, I've got 55%, 54%. We have a 92%, 93% accuracy rating, and it keeps climbing the more this stuff comes out. So yes, Smash Brothers on the way. And by the way, I think that Sega will cut a deal. I think Sonic will join Mario in the last third of a Super Smash Bros. Movie.
Sega, yay!
There you go.
Can I just mention, because you mentioned it at the end of the segment, I saw Supergirl because it was the first trailer up ahead of the film, and I'm like going, this is dismal.
You know why that doesn't work?
Well, they're trying to play and pull at people's heartstrings with the crypto elements.
Because that's all they got. They know she's not going to carry it, so they've gone to the dog.
Yeah, and then really, I mean, ultimately, there's existential issues with the sub character female that's there. This is a repeat. Somebody said this, and I wish I could attribute them properly, but somebody said that this is a Captain Marvel redo. In Supergirl form, and I'm thinking, if she were a drunk, useless idiot, and that's what they're presenting. This is not a likable.
You know what it is, culture.
Yeah,
she. You can do the debauchery angle, right? Because you need a character arc. So you can have a character. I don't care if it's a man or woman. You can have them start off in a lowly place, more morality wise, but then they have to go somewhere. So for 10 years, we watched Tony Stark grow and become somebody better. Okay, you can do that. The problem is that when Supergirl does this, we're not being told that she sucks and she needs to get better. We're being told, this is her fun and free kind of way. Okay, whatever. But then also, she looks like she's 14.
Right.
And that doesn't work. It does not work.
How do I explain to my daughter, hey, you're not allowed to see this because her behavior, because it's targeting to a younger audience, right? Because it's Supergirl. What little girl doesn't want to be Supergirl? Like Spider, the girl from Spider-Man. I mean, it's unfortunate that they couldn't do a better job with this. They could have made it way better, like Superman taking her under his wing and showing her the ropes, and then she's pretty cool working side by side with him. I don't know, but it's really unfortunate. But yeah, my daughter's not going to be able to watch it.
Adjust makeup, make her look older. I think she's like 23. She can look 23. She doesn't. She looks 14 in these pictures.
Exactly.
Actually, then the debauchery angle doesn't work at all.
Do you remember the villain kid that was in one of the Toy Story movies?
Yeah. The villain kid? You're talking about Sid?
The one next door? Sid?
Yeah. Sid. Yeah, she looks like Sid. Put up a picture of Sid next to her, and she's Sid, only feminized.
Culture, you're about to get a timeout. That's too much.
Why? It's true.
Don't go after
them up side by side. I did.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I did. Can I just mention something, Pro? Because we predicted big things. No, this is important.
Then you can
one more thing.
Okay, go for it. What do you got?
I'm just going to say that right now, after over a month of performance, Hopper's doesn't have as much money in the bank as this one movie will make in one weekend.
Well, the Hollyweirds, they're going to love that. We should remind them of that this week. Dan's Life of the Kingdom, member for 20 months. The movie is great. Everyone go watch it. Michael Cooley for 5. Toxic Manosphere was the name of my first rock band, as it should be. Equus Heart for 5 says they're just sore because this proves it's possible to make a great film without filling it with woke political BS. They're mad because Project Hail Mary and Mario are going to make more than 10% of the entire year's box office in about 3 weeks. And it could go higher. And you think about 100 films or whatever it is, it's like 120 films are going to be released theatrically. And 2 films are going to make 10% of the whole thing. And neither of them are woke. And every woke thing they put out, nobody wants to go see it. And they're angry and they're mad.
Culture Pro, the irony in all of this is the AMC theaters in Disney Springs is showing this movie. And how many people are going to walk out of there with Mario merch from the concession stand?
I'll be right back.
What's he got? What is he up to? Come on, member for 10 months. I'm going to go see Mario in 3 hours.
I know what he went to go grab.
As soon as the show's done, I'm going to go see it. And we'll be doing the live spoiler review tonight on the Pro Show, 9 p.m. I hope Culture will be there. It'll be a good time. And MJ, are you going to go see the movie?
Oh, yeah. We're going to go see it Friday, actually.
All right.
It's a school day over here where we are in our sunny side of USA. So there's still school, no school Friday. So we're heading over there to see it. And we're really, really excited.
I think as Mario would definitely say,
I knew that's what he was going to go grab.
I got him. I got Yoshi.
He got a Yoshi.
Unboxing with Culture, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's just like, I was like, oh, I have to have one. This was the very last one. That's how popular this movie was in the middle of the night, guys. They sold out of all of the popcorn buckets.
Sold out of Yoshi's.
Yeah,
at a midnight show.
Bear for 2. Today, MJ will use pronouns.
Okay, yeah. So
He,
she,
her, him,
he,
they.
and he. Wait, he, and he. Yeah, there's no they, them here.
she's one of the best, and he's one of the best. So we're
yeah.
OG Dutchie for $5.99. Marvin gave commentary on Supergirl and He-Man on the M4 Empire. It's really good. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you do. I tell you, Marvin and Real Life Fake Wizard, they are both rocking it lately. I mean, they are both of their channels skyrocketing. Congratulations to them. We appreciate it. And Bruce Newhouse for $1.99. I can't get enough of Organ Grinder Culture Casino.
Look, I want to build lore around superhero culture, not so much with cranky culture.
Oh no.
You don't like?
I think we all have a little bit of.
No, I think it's
He's cute.
I think it's fine. I actually enjoy it, and it laughs every time. And sorry, I talked over MJ.
No. I'll play them.
No. It's fine. I said we're all kind of cranky sometimes.
This is the real culture, folks. The real culture. And Culture, tell folks how many subscribers you have right now on that.
Oh, wow. I knew this question was coming and I was unprepared. We went from 300 and some early yesterday after we talked about it on the show to, I want to say we just kept growing and growing and growing. So let's take a look. I will have that information in just a second.
How about I beat you to the punch here? And you now have 400 plus subscribers.
Yay.
Culture, you're a hit, buddy.
I hope so.
Celebration. That's a celebration.
I
hope so.
Phenomenal.
I hope so. I look, I'm having a good time. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my real life. And if you guys like it, then I'll do more of my real life. And that's just the way it'll be. So
keep doing it. Keep doing it. By the way, folks, we need a little bit of extra help here. If you
we do.
That Pod Place has went back into full gear. Culture's been keeping it alive for a little while. It is now releasing daily, including Lorne and Apollo, the Hollywood Backlot with Lou and You, Genre Guys, clips from the Pro Show. We've got Chuck Dixon over on That Pod Place. Folks, go over there and subscribe to That Pod Place and support us, please. Proceeds go to paying for Lorne, who is now leading up that channel. And we love Lorne and we want to keep Lorne around. So get over there and help Lorne out. Subscribe and enjoy the content on That Pod Place, where you'll find some of the longest clips from the Pro Show available over there. It's going to be a great time, and I think you're going to really, really enjoy. So get over to That Pod Place, That Garden Place, both of them. Give them your love. Folks, this is the real culture.
Purple potatoes, fried green tomatoes, arugula.
When injustice strikes, I strike back.
Culture Casino. Let's go. Culture Casino. Let's go. When the EMS tries their best, strap him down, check his chest. Culture Casino. Casino. Culture Casino. Casino. Culture Casino. Let's go. Let's go.
Breaking news, everyone. It's not been a great time for animatronics across the Disney parks, but mostly in Japan and the international locations. Take a look at this. Poor Rapunzel, let down your hair. Well, the crows are tearing into making that come true. Look at this, folks. Those crows are ripping apart poor
Yes.
Rapunzel. Look at her, and she's not doing anything to defend herself. Oh, not Rapunzel. Shake a hand. Not if you need help. MJ, this is a travesty. It's a tragedy. Look at what those crows are doing to poor
terrible.
Japanese Rapunzel.
In the hair.
Oh, they're just ripping out. They see they've got a way to make a
terrible.
nest.
Yeah, that's
No,
nesting.
they're using her hair to make a nest. Are they pulling it off of her?
They're trying
Oh.
to.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Trying to.
yeah, they're pulling it off. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
That's terrible.
Speaking of a bad week for animatronics, new
Oh,
Olaf animatronic dies in front of guests at Disneyland Paris. Poor Olaf, he died? He did. And guess what? He lost his little nose when he did so. We'll play the clip right here for you. And then we've got a broader topic to talk about. I mean, this is not a TPM video right now, although we love TPM vids. But take a look. Here he is, folks. Watch him. Oh. Now, if that was Culture at this moment, he would be ready to rock and roll against the EMTs. Culture, I don't recommend you do so. But here's Olaf one more time. Watch him go down. 3, 2, 1. He's happy. He's talking.
Okay, all right. In the error, that error is 100% because he's on an uneven surface. He's self-balancing,
Yeah.
and that particular movement back and forth took him out of his balance position. The animatronic, the robot, basically didn't understand what to do next to stay in balance, and so he fell backward.
All right, let me talk about the nose for a minute, too. The nose is supposed to come off in this kind of a situation. I know it looks a little disturbing, but I'm sure the nose is magnetically clipped on.
Yeah.
The reason for that is if Olaf were to hit a corner or something, they don't want the nose to break. They want it to just simply break off and they can reattach it. So that's why it's doing that. But not a great week for animatronics, and it's so bad right now that even Jimmy Fallon is making fun of this.
Yeah.
Here's Jimmy Fallon making fun of the animatronics at Disney. We can only play a few seconds because NBC, they are looking to get us. Here's a clip from Jimmy Fallon. Laughing. Okay, wait. Let's go back to animatronic. Is this Sven? Is that his name? Sven? I think it's Sven.
Yeah, Sven. Oh no, that's the. Hold on, let me think. Give me a second.
Other guy. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Worry not. Malfunctions are rare, and I can assure you us animatronics are reliable as ever. Would you like me to sing you?
You get the
Christoph. Yeah, Christoph. Sorry.
Christoph. It's made the mainstream, folks. They're making fun of the animatronics. Guys, what I want to talk about today, because again, we're not TPM vids. We love TPM vids, and we could do that kind of stuff where we just play the broken animatronics. And well, that's every ride on Tiana's Bayou Adventure right now. But, what I'd rather talk about is now that Disney's doing these walk-around characters, I got to think that there's going to be some really strange breakdowns like Olaf. And if they're going to do robot Mickey Mouse, they need to have a plan in place where Mickey doesn't stroke out or have a heart attack or starts leaking oil in certain places. I mean, Culture, this could go badly for families who are like, sweetie, sometimes Mickey just convulses like that. Just let's keep going. What do you think, Culture? What about these walk-around characters and the ability for them to be broken in ways that you wouldn't see from others?
Well, and that's the problem is that even with the level of stress testing that Imagineering puts on a lot of these roam around items, they're not going to account for every situation. Real world is always going to offer up something like that on an even surface or something like that the self balancing can't correct for. And I think we're going to see more and more of these malfunctions. But one thing I think that Disney could do to prevent that is to contract Elon and get Optimus robots and similar things to replace these animatronic characters with fully functional robots for much cheaper than what it costs to build one of these animatronics, because not only would they probably hold up better, they would look more authentically anthropomorphized. I think that's the next area I think that Elon could get into if he wanted like a side venture.
Well, here's the thing, Culture. You're right.
Yeah.
They must do these kinds of characters. They have to get it right. And I'm not trying to rag on Disney. I think the little Olaf thing is impressive, but Culture, they have to do this.
Yeah.
Because if Elon's going to roll out Optimus robots, and we plan this month, I think the plan is for him to reveal the production Optimus that's going to start working in his factories, and then they'll start rolling that out to individuals who want to buy an Optimus Butler robot. But if that's going to be a norm now, where you're going to see humanoid robots, Disney, at least, a huge chunk of the reason they're special at their parks is because they have animatronics. And as soon as those Optimus robots roll out, that's not special anymore at Disney. It looks old and antiquated. So Disney's got to roll these out and get ahead, and they got to do so now. But there are problems with doing this, in that if a robot goes dead in front of your kid, it's a little bit weird, and you can't just pull the curtain in the way. In fact, if we play this one more time, you can see that when this happens, they don't have a good plan. It's like, hey guys, could we carry this guy out of here? And the kids, they just see the whole thing. So what do you think, Culture? What's a good way to handle this, where they've got access to the robots walking around, but we can also hide if they collapse?
I think it's important that you have a base station nearby, something like a cart or something that he comes in and out of, because that way it's for a limited time that you see him in an incapacitated state. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I think the best version of a roam around robot was the mobile lab for Muppets, which you often saw in Epcot and places like that. I think there's a way to hide a lot of this stuff. And again, self-balancing is hard. And again, I think that was just in an error correction bug right there. So every time I see this clip, I'm like, okay, I kind of think I know what was going on there, and it just couldn't debug fast enough. But look, when you're relying on some of this stuff that you can pick up off the shelf at like Robot Shop or whatever, you really do need to do as much testing as you possibly can, but you also need an immediate fail location. And that's why I think having, like, Push didn't need one of those, right? I mean, you could just roll Push off like a regular garbage can, easily explainable. But with Olaf and some of these robots that they're going to offer over in the Star Wars area, I think you're going to need like a base station that they can roll in and roll out of when they need to.
MJ, what are your thoughts on the elements and just the variables that come into play when you're not inside a large warehouse where these animatronics usually are playing? Watching this, it's kind of funny, but it's a little disturbing. If you're a kid, you're like, "Mommy, why are the crows killing Rapunzel?" So, what do you think about the idea that we're going to have some better ways to protect these animatronics when they're out and about?
Well, yeah, to Culture's point, on the Disney Cruise Line, they actually do have an Olaf in a cart. So when you're on the Wish and you're doing the Frozen dinner show, so you have your characters Anna and Kristoff and all of them come out, and then they bring Olaf in a little cart, and he's an animatronic, and he's doing someone from wherever they're operating him, and he's talking. But I think that's a really good saving method for this type of situation. And Culture, I was thinking about the ground level I was looking at the layers, how when Olaf fell over, it reminded me of when we saw footage from the Ursula accident, when she completely got caught into the what are those, like the things in the roads over there on Main Street for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parade. So Ursula's on like a spinning wheel kind of mechanism. She had either fell or those wheels got stuck. And then one of the fairy godmothers during the regular daytime parade, she just completely flew off of the wheels on that one. So everyone, it was like an exposure. And now the kids probably were freaking out.
Well, let me tell you, hold on, MJ.
Yeah.
That sounds horrific for the actor, but it sounds hilarious in person that a fairy godmother or
yeah,
whoever
she did.
went flying. I mean,
The green one.
Okay.
the green one. No, she's okay. I'll send you the video. But they really have to like either level this type of surface if they know we're going to have actors or any kind of animatronics coming through, or like pave a way so that they're like on that specific level, like ground surface level type of situation, because he cannot just go roaming around the whole park. He's going to get stuck. He's going to fall over again. He's going to keep tripping. So they really have to look into all of this. I'm thinking about the droids over in Galaxy's Edge also, how they haven't had any accidents yet, but a lot of it has to do with that the flooring. So that's to Culture's point. But to Rapunzel, I don't know how anyone's going to save her from that tower and help her hair. So her and Tiana need to go to the wig store.
The only thing I know to do is the only thing I know to do is if it senses somebody is around or an animal is around, it needs to fire like a little alarm that would scare the crows away. Crows are so darn smart though, and they looked at that hair and they said, "Man, I see a nest. I see a nest." I'll tell you who's got it going on though, and it's the folks over at Epic Universe, the Isle of Berk, where they've got the dragons. And you can meet and greet. Of course, they have problems too. They've got walk around dragons, and they have errors. They have issues, but they've got them close where they can get them out of sight and out of mind. And Donkey, of course, is an animatronic system too over at Universal, and they can quickly pull the cover over there if they need to, if Donkey is malfunctioning. So there are this, folks. I think this is the new thing we're going to be viewing is walk around animatronics. And with that's going to come a lot of sort of embarrassing moments for all of the theme parks, but they got to do it because the stationary animatronics inside rides no longer a big deal as soon as Optimus and the other robots roll out. And we're hearing that's going to be real soon. The whole world changing, and theme parks too. All right, folks, we've got more super chats, and we are on our way to the goal, halfway almost. If we hit that, we're going to get a PhD level of understanding into what Culture Casino says is the place to go in theme parks to get your grub and be healthy when you do so. We've got Wild Man of Yavin for 5. Here's 5. Hey, Wild Man of Yavin. Thank you. Truly. Albertus Magnus for 2 just did Side by Side of Sid and SG. Who's SG again? Remind me. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Sid and Supergirl Culture is right. We know. We never argue that point. He's always, never doubt the cultured one. The first Dragon Queen who has switched now to 2 Canadian bears. Look at that. Oh. Is Jay one of those Canadian bears? I mean, he's been called before the Canadian bear. I don't know if you know that. He is. Bear, yeah. First Dragon Queen for 5. You won't see my animatronics dying in front of guests. Nope. Hugs for all. You won't. You won't. Dragon Queen's got it going on. That's what it's about. Albertus Magnus for 5. Frozen show at DCA, Disney's California Adventure, had an actor puppeteer manipulating Olaf. It worked as theater and would work as walk around too, but Disney wants to phase out the actors. Yep. Could be true. And robot Mickey Mouses and Goofies and Donalds and all of that coming to you real soon at the theme parks, I believe. And some of our sources might be leading us to believe that. Wink, wink, nod, nod, hint, hint. You take it for what you think we might be discussing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got about 300 of you joining us across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies, the GeoCities, and everywhere else you might be. Yay. It's a great time indeed having you with us, and we've got more stories on the way. So, put the seatbelt on, because it turns out, folks, a rumor that I've been discussing now for years was absolutely, totally true. And the proof is not in the pudding. Nope. It's down in what they're putting into Magic Kingdom. Let's talk about it. It's scoop time right now.
There we go. One more for the top. Triple decker, just how you like it.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Walt.
You enjoy it.
We will.
It is a major scoop that we've been talking about for years and years and years. And it turns out it's absolutely true. Take a look at this from Blog Mickey. It says Disney World reportedly recently scrapped plans to build hotels inside the Magic Kingdom theme park. And we've been talking about this, and I'll tell you what it's about. Give me just 1 second. Let's go back in time to the most recent point where we talked about this, the last time we heard that it was happening, and that was 8 months ago right here on That Park Place. Folks, Did you ever doubt that the scoops you're being given are true? Well, doubt no more. This is the video. You can go watch it exclusive. WDW Pro reveals new Magic Kingdom ultra luxury hotel may be in development right now. 8 months ago. And what are we finding out, folks? Oh, and look on the video. Look at what we're looking at. Do you see what I see? Look at Blog Mickey.
Yeah.
Blog Mickey, come on, give us some cred, man. Give us some cred. We need some cred. No, we're fine. We're fine. So apparently the thing we were telling you that they were doing 8 months ago has been scrapped. Oh, wait. No, I've got an update on that. All right, folks, you are looking at right here in this image, the development of Villains Land and the Cars ride. Cars will be right here in the middle of between all of Liberty Square and Big Thunder. And then Villains Land is going to curve over by the Haunted Mansion area and over just behind the building for Haunted Mansion. And It's a Small World. And all this area that's over by the road, that's going to be used for cast parking, we believe, along with this new parking lot and building that's for Imagineers. And then there's this empty area that they used for dirt, and then they've got a new retaining pond they put over there. This is going to matter. I'll explain why. It says a new report from Florida Politics says that Disney recently scrapped plans for 1 or 2 hotels that would be connected to Magic Kingdom theme park. The report cites an Imagineer connected to master planning in a 2024 deposition connected to the feud between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Disney. Or you could just say, Pro said so. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, folks. I'm just telling you. I mean, we do this for a living. We do this. According to the report, longtime master planning executive Imagineer Todd Reimer revealed plans for 1 or 2 hotels that would be connected to Magic Kingdom. The deposition was conducted in early 2024, and he said that plans at the time were still under development, but they include new attractions and redevelopment of existing attractions and potentially new hotels. He said that there were 1 or 2 hotel locations that would have been within the same area that were expanding at Magic Kingdom. In the deposition, he confirmed that the hotels would be new, but said that there are no specific locations decided yet. He was referencing the northwest corner of Magic Kingdom. And no, I'm actually going to change that. Hang on. The report says that Disney has responded saying that, quote, there are no plans for new hotels as part of the Magic Kingdom expansion. We're focused on bringing to life all we've already announced. Okay. And then it says, presumably, that means that plans were axed during the development stage. Folks, what if I told you, and I don't believe that's true, and you have to parse out what Disney is saying? Let's read here. Read again the Disney quote. There are no plans for new hotels as part of the Magic Kingdom expansion. Well, true if we're talking about the expansion you announced. Untrue if you have more expansion plans down the road. Untrue in the fact that, or in the way of, hey, they may have more to talk about, and I think they do. What are we talking about, folks? Well, give me just a second. I'll pull up Google Earth and show you. But before we do so, MJ, your thoughts on the fact that we've been saying this for so long, and turns out was the secret, ultra confidential, do not tell stuff straight from the hallowed halls of the mouse, and we knew all about it. How about that? What do you think about it, MJ? And
it's not surprising. It, you know, when they saw the plans that were being done down the road, 20 minutes down the road, Helios is like a beautiful hotel and smack inside the theme park, and that is just skyrocketing through the roof. And when I'm not sure what year those plans were and permits were turned in. Culture, you might know, but I'm sure Disney started shaking in their boots when they saw those plans and permits, and they were like, well, maybe we should do that for the most visited theme park in the whole world, Magic Kingdom. So it wouldn't surprise me if they, you know, had plans to put a hotel, not just a hotel, like a 5-star resort, because that's what Magic Kingdom would need. It can't just be like a regular. We have the monorail loop resorts, but having one in the Magic Kingdom, I don't see why they wouldn't want to do it. I think maybe they will, and I don't know. Anything can happen with a flip of a switch with these guys, given all that area there. Because what are they going to do after they're done developing Villains Land with those offices and things like that in the back where the parking lot is, where the dirt is? So who knows? But Culture, do you remember what year that Helios filed their records showing that they were going to have a resort inside of the theme park over at Epic.
Wow. 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to ask Vash, but I think I'm right. I think about it might have been 4 years ago. You remember early planning, we got a lot of solid information from Universal. They were not shy about sharing it because they knew, unlike Disney, who eventually had to find this out the hard way, that their plans are going to be leaked regardless. Because anytime they file for building permits, we're going to know everything they're doing. Disney never had that problem. They used to control that entire environment. Then they decided to play politics in Florida, a state with which they are very adversarial relationship. They took away their own district. Reedy Creek became nothing more but
remember that.
something else. And now everybody can see what Disney has planned.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine a resort in the middle of Magic? I can't fathom that, but yeah.
Let me show you what the plan, I believe, was and why I think it still lives. And we see Vash out there. Hey, Vash, you've got the link now. Sorry about the mix-up. Here we go, folks. There's the image on a blog making. I've tried to position the next image so that you can, we'll be looking for the exact same angle, okay? But again, just to refresh you, down here is Cars Land. Over here is Villains Land. Over here is going to be maintenance area on the east side. And then up here is going to be parking and all that. What you need to notice, okay, so that we can show you the perspective, is on the far west side, you can see the little areas from the Temple and Jungle Cruise sticking up, and you can see the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction building, show building over here. And then there's all these trees over here, okay? Pay attention to this. We're going to switch it over to Google Earth right now. Let's find our place again, okay? We've got the castle down here like where we were. We've got the temple over here. And if we zoom in, here's the Pirates building, the Pirates show building, okay? Now, things have changed with how much they've developed, but remember the trees we talked about, remember? Okay, so here's what we had heard, and here's why I think the fact that this is not happening in this expansion doesn't preclude or exude that it's going to be not in the next. So here's what we've got. This area right here is a major expansion pad for Adventureland, and down the road, they can send a path alongside Pirates of the Caribbean. They'll have to do some theming, and then they can send guests under the railroad and into a new area that could be themed around Jungle Book or Lilo and Stitch or any number of things if they want to do so. And the idea that we had heard was that they were going to build a pedestrian bridge that could go over the canal where they currently store the parade floats, but they could, and by that I mean the electric parade out on the water, but they could connect along with an attraction, with a huge attraction. I mean, you've got an area here that's bigger than Space Mountain, bigger than Big Thunder, so you can put a huge attraction, but then you can also put a VIP entrance with a pedestrian bridge over the canal right over here in this area where a hotel could go. Where would that hotel be? Well, it would be just north of the Grand Floridian, which could also give you access to the Grand Floridian to use the monorail or to use bus. You could actually combine the buses for Grand Floridian and this hotel, but it would be one heck of a hotel with maybe 100, 150, 200 rooms, not large, but mega, ultra, super luxury.
Yes.
And that was the plan, we believe, and I believe that plan still exists. So that's where we are. We've got somebody joining us right now who would, I think, like to share his thoughts on it. Please welcome to the stage, folks, the man, the myth, the legend, Vash Sky is here. Vash.
Hello there.
Vash. Oh,
Hello,
wow,
hello.
we're all blue.
Yes, we're all blue. We're all matching.
All right, Vash,
Yes.
Your thoughts on this? We've talked about this for a long time. You were in that original video where we're talking about this scoop we had, and this was a very long-running scoop. Your thoughts now, Vash, to hear that, yeah, according to the master planner at Disney World, this was and may still be what they're planning to do. They're trying to hide it now, but I think they might still go for it. What say you?
Yeah, by the all the credit to UPro, obviously, for having this scoop, but also Florida Politics for doing the hard legwork and getting this information for us. Apparently, they were looking into records pertaining to all kinds of stuff. This was one of the things that they found. So good on them. I think this is, I mean, it makes obvious sense when you look at the revenue potential of, just the existing resorts as they are centered around Seven Seas Lagoon right there, right? So you have the Contemporary, you have the Polynesian, you have the Grand Flow, and those are unbelievable revenue drivers because they're on that monorail loop. Even Wilderness Lodge doesn't benefit quite as much as those, having been not on the loop. So directly connected, again, this is going back to like Westcott, for example, where it was live the dream. You could live, within proximity of a theme park, wake up, and you can go out and enjoy your day at said theme park. We've seen this with Disneyland Paris, and also too at Disney California Adventure with the Grand Californian Hotel out there. Extremely popular, extremely successful. It just makes really good sense, logical sense. And so when we look at the permit filings for Villains Land and Cars Land and all those other things, we do spot a couple of places in which they could eventually maybe build hotels. And I had to think that that's part of the plan, right? If you're expanding capacity at Magic Kingdom, it only makes sense that you expand revenue potential as well. And Disney really likes to, when they do these big expansions, capitalize on the revenue as much as possible. Originally with California Adventure, when it had its redo in 2012, originally they were going to have a fleet of hotels along with that in order to capture some of that revenue potential out there. It would make sense that the same thing applies to the flagship, which is Magic Kingdom.
Absolutely. And you can see here, they can tuck this away where it's not well seen. It would be sort of this mysterious kind of a hotel where the ultra elite get to go. And folks, the value. Imagine the value if you've got extra magic hours in the morning, in the evening, and you have a super secret entrance through an expansion at Adventureland. You have a super secret entrance akin to like a Club 33 kind of thing, where you're at the best hotel ever. It can't be huge, because if it is, there'll be no reason to go to Grand Floridian. So this would be for the whales of whales of whales. This would be for the celebrities. This would be for the VIPs. And they could charge insane amounts of money for you to just walk out of the park and into the hotel.
I think it's a good idea if they, like you said, something small, obviously really upscale. And I can't help but picture the one over at Tokyo Disney Sea. I believe there is a beautiful hotel. It's not so much a resort. It's just a hotel where it has limited amount of rooms, and you walk outside of that hotel and you're like in the park. And I just remembered that. Is that Tokyo Disney Sea, or am I losing it? I can't remember.
It is Disney. Yeah, Tokyo Disney has a huge hotel that's on the border of Disney Sea at the entrance. Yes.
Okay, so it is. It's gorgeous, and the theming is bar none. Go ahead, Culture. Forgive me.
Culture, as you weigh in, also, if you could go, I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts on the idea that Disney continues to chase the ultra elite.
Well, but they have been. They have been, including both at Disneyland and Disney World. They've been looking for that 5-star hotel, right, Vash? I mean, they were. Think about the 5-star hotel that was going to be part of the expansion, into the parking lot and the space that was the Disneyland hotel area. So they've been looking to do this for a very long time, and kind of tucking it out of the way from the hoi polloi and giving them their own direct access to the parks. And as you suggested before, at Disneyland, it'd be really easy to do through the Splash Mountain corridor that was Critter Country, that's now a dilapidated mess of disaster. I mean, it would lead you directly into what was Critter Country and towards the Star Wars area in Disneyland. The same thing is true here at this park, because they've recently expanded the walkway, so you can now do a complete walk around with a movable bridge there at Disney World. And you could definitely bury a hotel in about 4 different spots there, which would include the backside of Villains Land and everything else. Look, it's not like the road system doesn't exist. It does. You would be able to actually double down on secure areas by, like, when you bring people in through, you can bring people to this new 5-star via the Grand Floridian. They have to go through that checkpoint, and they would have to go through a separate checkpoint, and they could get a 5-diamond experience at a hotel that was limited in capacity intentionally, but offered every single premium luxury, and be attached to their other luxury offering that's really a 4-star hotel at the Grand Floridian. So I think this works. In fact, I would consider every hotel on the lagoon to be a 4-star. With the exception of, the wilderness stuff, but that's not directly attached. It's only by waterway. But go ahead.
Wrap up that thought real quick, Culture.
Oh no, I think they've been trying to do this for a long time, and they've tried to develop some more wilderness area in nature in various ways. What was it, that one called Reflections, that Joe Rohde was in the process of putting together before they decided he was no longer useful? and a few other things that were coming out for DVC offerings. I'm just saying, if you talk to people like my parents and other people in that category, they are looking for the premium of premium experiences. So.
Yeah. Vash, real quick, in terms of this expansion pad at Adventureland, which they have not announced anything that they're doing with it yet. And so we would imagine, I've called this before, this is 7, 10, 15 years, the speed that Disney builds things. I would think, though, they want to go rather quickly with this. Have we heard anything about what they might expand with in Adventureland? Would that be, do you think that's a Lilo and Stitch expansion they would want to go with? Or do you think that's Moana? Like, what would they do if they put an expansion that goes past Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, the conversation before was surrounding mainly Moana and doing like a coaster there, or revision of maybe like a volcano coaster that we've heard a couple of concepts for in this particular area of Adventureland that you have on screen right now a few years ago. But I would think that Lilo and Stitch might be at the top of that list as well, given its tremendous success that it's had in the recent live-action reboot. Obviously, they're coming out with number 2, so that's an ongoing franchise for them. So you can really go a couple of different ways here. I would suspect that if these expansions like Cars Land and Villains Land are successful, that we might actually see more on the Adventureland front. But there are multiple places in which you can actually build hotels, right? And incorporate those designs into whatever you're building, whether it be Villains Land, Cars Land, something for Moana, something for Adventureland, what have you. And I just got to think that they would want to capitalize on the revenue as quickly as possible, like many of you have pointed out right here. But I guess we just got to wait and see.
Well, that's a good point. And if anybody's wondering, where would the other option be for hotel? It's this area across from the retaining pond that you can connect with the north side of Magic Kingdom. That's a possibility. I'm starting to think it's less likely now, because I don't sense that Villains Land is going to be as exciting as I think people had hoped for. And if Villains Land is a draw, then I don't think you can draw people to a Villains Hotel. So I'm less.
Listen, this all sounds amazing with the whole, concept of having a hotel in the park, but I got to get this off of my chest because I'm burning inside. Like, before they start doing any other expansions of any lands, can you please maintenance, refurbish, touch up paint, look at the ride vehicles of the existing lands in this beautiful, well-beloved theme park that we all hold dear to our hearts. And if they're listening, Tomorrowland is in rough shape. There's so much that needs to be done. Cars Land, Pissed Off Peak Land, and Villains Land, and all this other nonsense that we're doing. Focus on what we already have. Make the experience enjoyable. People are paying a lot of hard-earned money to walk into this theme park, to see it in such rough conditions. Yeah, the bathrooms are getting refurbished little by little, but holy moly, let's focus on what's already in place and touch it up a little bit. My goodness.
MJ, what you fail to understand, unfortunately, and it is this simply: these are all necessary downgrades. Yeah. So your expectations are too high. The Disney is no longer the parks and resorts of excellence. They are no longer in competition with Universal down the street, or even any other offering now. Everything, unfortunately, is not going the right direction, from maintenance, as you suggested, to even paint schemes. And I hate to be so harsh, and of course that was a little tongue in cheek, but I think I think looking forward, we don't have creatives in place that'll make things like a loop on the backside of New Fantasyland work to incorporate a hotel, which is a no-brainer to me, because then you could have people, looking at the castle from the other side, and you'd have a castle view park in the park, basically. Kind of like Grand Californian is literally in DCA for the most part. Yeah. That you won't have, and this was something brilliant that they did originally with Epcot, a backdoor entrance, the International Gateway. Yeah. Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, and all these other places don't have that. They have a plaza area as central entry point, but DCA is the only one that has a back door. Disneyland proper does not, and they should. It's the same situation at Magic Kingdom and many of these other locations. They do not exploit opportunities like that. Instead, they offer unnecessary, distraction. And you're right. They have no rights. They have no right to expand more hotel spaces and premium experiences if they can't take care of the things they have now and improve upon them. Tell me the last time you saw a plussing up of an attraction.
Thank you, Culture. You're absolutely right.
Very well said.
My expectations, they need to be lowered.
Hey, don't lower those expectations. Hold them to fix things for the Vacation Nation.
Every time a membership is gifted, a content creator gets his wings.
Is that gendered language?
We're not at Magic Kingdom, Dad.
As I'm watching that, I'm starting to think, we could just do a thank you clip that features all the great stuff they took away at the parks. We could
Literally, yes.
Thank you to Snarky out there. We appreciate you. Siani Reese for $4.99. Wish I were in Florida right now. Please make this snowstorm go away. We're so sorry. May spring arrive soon where you live. Yeah. The first Dragon Queen for $5. The twins are Vash and Steve. One selling stones.
Oh.
Canadian.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
That's us.
I'm sorry.
Rocks and salt, they go together well.
Ash, I'm going to have to play it one more time.
Please.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
I feel badly.
He doesn't. It's April Fool's. He doesn't feel bad at all.
Yeah, it's lying.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. I like that.
I'm so sorry. Oh, for 2. What? No Star Wars Hotel in Magic Kingdom? Shocking.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well. Imagineers didn't look. The cell block that they built is only suitable for Imagineers themselves, not for
lock
guests.
them in there.
Yeah.
Why do they need 2 though? Vash, have you noticed this? They put the Imagineer building next to the Magic Kingdom. They got an Imagineer building down now in the Star Wars Hotel. Like, man, Imagineers, they must really love some office space at Disney World these days.
It's I have no idea why they actually do that. I understand that you need to be on site for construction and all that, but do you really need so many different sites scattered around Walt Disney World property? I guess you got to keep those creatives happy.
Gotta keep them there.
They screwed up by not following through on relocating WDI. They should have moved it to Florida. The Lake Nona project was halfway done. They really should have just invested the balance of the money, brought everybody there. You're going to lose bodies that don't want to relocate. They like the cushy life in SoCal, in Burbank specifically, and they had the salaries to match. The problem is they didn't foresee what was going to happen to the entertainment industry, especially the physical entertainment industry all along. But if you were looking forward as an Imagineer, you should have taken the Florida deal, gotten the compensation that they were willing to offer you, and sold your house at a premium price, because it's going to be harder and harder to do that in the future.
Unfortunately, a lot of people did sell their houses, and now they're left out in the rain because it's like, I can't move to Florida necessarily because the Lake Nona was canceled, that whole move, and now I'm out of a house that probably was inherited over generations if you're in Southern California, which somebody is actually suing Disney over right now.
Oh boy.
We've got Daily Dose from Deborah out there for $9.99. Thank you, bro, for bringing us the best guests and great content. Your work is appreciated. Well, thank you so much. And I agree. This is a panel of excellence. I only wish Vash had gotten here quicker, but we had a snafu in the back, and the link did not get to him on time. So apologies there, Vash.
Oh, all good. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll be talking about Olaf and some of these other stories, on Vash Sky Parkcast after this program right here. So I'll get my word in, but Olaf not looking so good.
We got some more to say. Don't worry, Vash. We got more on your way. Maybe even some stories that you might include.
Yes, yes, yes.
Cuban Superman has gifted 5 That Park Place memberships. Thank you, Cuban Superman. You are our hero.
I didn't kill Han Solo. Wokeness killed Han Solo.
Yes, it did. All right, folks, we are just getting started. We've got a great piece of news for you. Can you believe it? Something positive? And it just might be true. We'll show you why. But before we do that, Snarky's out there for 5. I'd be interested in seeing a chronological evolution or de-evolution of Disney. I don't know how far back Google Earth goes. That's a great topic, Vash. That would be a cool video for you to do. We'll have to get on that. The history of Google Maps reviewing Disney and how it's changed. And wow, what a great idea. Thank you, Snarky.
Interesting.
Snarky not only supporting, but giving us ideas, concepts that will come true. Let's dive into a piece of news that I am so excited to talk about. Let's go there. It's going to be fun. It's fun for me, and it's fun for you.
It's showtime! Straight from the heart of the park.
Josh D'Amaro is instituting a plan to fix the parks. That's what we're hearing, as he is now the CEO. And I'm not here to ride in and say, oh, Josh D'Amaro, he was being held back by Bob. And now that Josh is in charge, everything's going to change. No, I think Josh really damaged the parks, and maybe he can fix it now. But this is the latest rumor, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's true in just a second. This is from Mickey Central. Get ready for this one. Whoa, it says, I would add Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Brand new Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro, who was in charge of the parks all the time before he became the big boss, has quietly unveiled plans to build a successor to the Fountain of Nations, where a planter currently sits in the center of Epcot. Not a bad first official move as CEO. Now, I don't think that's the first move, and I don't think this is real concept art. You shouldn't either. And I don't even know that this is, I don't know about the scoop per se, whether it's right or wrong, but I'm leaning towards it being true, and I'll tell you why. As I talk about this, let's play the video of the Fountain of Nations so you all can see what it is they took away. The reason I think this might be true is because of a pungent smell that stings the nostrils as you're walking through Epcot. So when we see the rumor kicking up out there from Mickey Central, I don't know where they're finding this, but when they're telling us that Josh might bring back the Fountain of Nations, they have water work issues they have to fix. They've been holding off on this for a long time. It smells like sewage near Moana's water journey, whatever it is, and especially Geo 82, where they serve the high-end cocktails and adult beverage. They don't want it to smell like garbage and worse, and it does, and it has been, and it's going to until they dig into the earth. Vash, it doesn't cost so much to replace a planter with a fountain, I don't think. And I think if you're going to have to dig in there anyway, why not get underway bringing back the Fountain of Nations? That's just my thought. Real quick before I bring you into this, Vash, I want to show this to everybody. Back to Google Earths. Here we go again. Google Earth, that is. There's the Fountain of Nations. This was a huge thing. And the crazy thing is, with this Epcot deal, they spent more than $1 billion to change Epcot. It's worse. But here's where Moana's Journey of Water is now. You could have just put it inside the Communicore. You could have just put it inside Interventions over here. It's plenty big enough. It could have been an interior attraction with everything that you see right now, and it would have been an attraction that works both when there's good weather and bad. So honestly, if they bring back the Fountain of Nations, other than getting rid of the electric umbrella and improving the food experience at Epcot there and Future World, we can't call that anymore, can we? Other than that,
I do.
And lighting Spaceship Earth, I don't know what we spent all the money on. I don't know what it gained them. Vash, your thoughts on the Fountain of Nations possibly coming back and this new rumor. Is it true? What say you? Have you heard anything? What do you got, Vash?
I have not heard anything. Disney has spent an inordinate amount of money with this Epcot redo, and I think they view this park as fully complete. Now, Josh D'Amaro might have a lot of plans on his plate that maybe he wasn't able to enact, right, when he was the chairman of the parks. I kind of doubt that, but let's just go with it and say, yes, maybe you could make some improvements. Maybe you could make bring back a fountain, which, by the way, was part of the original plan, and then that was actually, modified post-pandemic right there when Disney was like, hey, you know what? Our coffers aren't nearly as full as they were. We're not going to go ahead and dedicate as many resources to the parks. And that's when we got the what is it, the 2.0 that we saw, and this was right after, by the way, 2019, when Bob Chapek actually went on stage showcasing a lot of the stuff, and unfortunately, much of it did not come to pass. This being said, though, Pro, I know Mickey Central, great guy, a great site and great X account and all of that. Definitely give him a follow. But you gotta be mindful of the date, Pro, and that's why I think with a lot of these stories coming out today.
No, Vash.
Mm-hmm.
It's April Fools, you say?
No.
I think it is. Yes.
Hey, Vash. Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. This is why I think it still might happen. Because how little money does it take to make a fountain and to get rid of a planter? It's so cheap. It's so ridiculously cheap.
Advancing the things, yeah.
It doesn't have to be as grandiose as the Fountain Nations. Pour the old water back in there, put in a few little kinetic things. The little lights don't work. This gives you the excuse to fix them. The pipes stink like human doo-doo, so you can get to fixing that too. Bash, I know it's the April 1st thing. I know it's a rumor. I know, but listen, this is something Josh tomorrow could do for ultra inexpensive amounts and get a ton of goodwill out of it. So maybe they should, Vash.
I mean, look, I would, especially, right? And I mean, if I was the chairman of the parks, I wouldn't have to wait till the CEOship in order to make this move, because I think it is one thing that ingratiates you with the fans, because fans do love this park so much. That being said, though, Pro, I don't think it was really about the installation costs of doing a fountain. I think it was the ongoing maintenance costs. We have just seen such reductions in the ongoing capital expenditures, or I should say the ongoing maintenance of these parks, right? We've just seen so many cuts, and it's when you have like a custom like light fixture, for example, right? If that thing breaks, you just can't go to Lowe's or Home Depot to replace it. You have to build another one. So what have we seen? We've seen a lot of off-the-shelf things installed in these parks in order to mitigate those operating costs down the line. And I think the fountains are connected to that. Go ahead, Culture.
No, spinners. That's off the shelf is spinners and all this other junk.
Sure.
Yeah. So look, let's talk about the fountains. They can't replicate the Fountain Nations. They couldn't do a modern version of it now. They lack the understanding of the material. Chances are they destroyed everything like they did with Splash Mountain.
Sure. I'm not suggesting they would build back the full thing. I'm saying
but
put a fountain in, drop the old water in, and say we're going to fix the sewage smell.
Well, that would be great. They have a lot of infrastructure problems in the center of the park, and all of that was related to the destruction of a part of a building, which we can get into at another time. The Moana Way of Garbage or whatever that thing is basically the sewage plant.
Imagine the smell of bromine instead of human.
Well, that would be better. That'd be better.
Yeah.
But look, this particular part of the park was a centerpiece, and the excuses that were folded around it were ridiculous. This is holding up traffic to get deeper into the park. Bologna sausage. You could pass by it in either direction. It had a great stage location that would create an atmosphere, entertainment atmosphere in that part of the park. There's a lot of things that are missing now. But look, these laminar flow fountains that are interrupted by puffs of air, I don't believe they have the technologists in place that could replicate this. Even with the actual designs of these fountains, I don't think they could do it again. I think they'd have to bring in the people that maintain the sparklets attractions and things like that in order to even make this work. They lack the intellectual history, the property history that they used to have. They got rid of so much institutional knowledge and memory in their company.
Wait a minute, Culture.
Yeah.
I've got a thought. MJ, I think you may agree.
I have so much to say about the fountain.
Somewhere behind the scenes, I bet the Walt Disney Company could look, and I bet they could find a fountain that's been discarded somewhere. I bet there's a pig. I bet there's a pig somewhere they could bring. Josh says he wants Muppets in the park. By golly, let's go find that thing. Let's dig it up in the trash bins of Hollywood Studios, and let's put Miss Piggy right there behind the ball.
Just to think that stuff would be in the garbage breaks my heart. I can't even. Let's not even go there. But there's one park that's got it right with the fountain show, and that's Epic and Universal Studios. They are giving beautiful water shows. So in the center of Celestial Park, there's a beautiful, look at that. And people can sit down, relax, take a break from their park day and enjoy. So they are actually like they're taking everything that Disney throws in the trash and they're like, okay, we'll take that. Like the sisters from Cinderella, I'll take that sash. I'll take those beads and I'll move it over here and I'll dress it beautifully. And look at that. Epcot's not going to have their, like Culture said, it's not going to happen. They cannot get the idea to begin to reconstruct that. And that whole water show that they have with the fireworks at Epcot, it's nice, but it's not giving, people are not making their way. It's just like, okay, we happen to be in the park. Let's sit down and watch the show. I don't think people are buying tickets just to go see that, is what I'm saying. And, you know, these parks are doing it. And they better be careful because, you know, the drones are coming. I don't know if they're testing drones anymore, but they have the dragons with the flying dragons. They use drones for that. There's so much that Universal is just taking out of the dumpster that Disney threw away, and they're bringing it to their parks and delivering what people want. And people want to see bodies of water with a show, you know, doing really cool effects. That's what people love. And the fact that Epcot doesn't have that, we just have a lonely Walt wondering what happened to everything, sitting on a bench by himself for dear Lord. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. It's
Vash,
just,
Vash, you say it's April Fool's though?
I think it's April Fool's there. I don't necessarily think that East Central has a scoop like this, and you really gotta. I mean, look, these fountains were taken out for a reason. Like I said, you know, we've just seen so many reductions. I mean, at Disneyland for some of their, you know, sit down meals, right, at Blue Bayou and so forth. I mean, these are expensive places. They're substituting mashed potatoes and gravy for rice. Does that sound to you, bro, like a healthy, you know, company that wants to go ahead and spend all they can in the parks and give everything that they possibly can and provide all that value? No. And I have heard internally, bro, this is very interesting, that Thomas Muslim is a very big stickler for efficiency. So perhaps we might be going to the opposite direction where we don't, you know, get more fountains. Perhaps we get less. I hope that's not the case. I hope they're dedicated to providing great experiences no matter where these parks actually are. But I'm not sure.
So go ahead, Culture.
No, I was just going to say, every time they've gone for that value engineered direction, it's backfired so immensely. It costs them so much more in the long run. They spent more money to fix their idiotic thoughts that I think this is going to bite them in the tail end.
So, Vash, you're saying that Lonely Walt doesn't have to worry about getting wet anytime soon?
No,
I don't think so. I think he's just going to be sitting over there. And
the hard facts.
Those are the hard facts.
We'll ride the rides and see the sights, conquer lines, face our frights. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Yes, you. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Oh, it's a happy holiday with you. Yes, you.
Pro, I have a problem with that clip. Did you guys notice the amount of mildew on that poor bench that poor Walt is sitting on? They need to power wash that thing. I'm sorry. That's the eyes of a these are the eyes of a previous HOA manager. Yes, I did that.
Thank the Lord in heaven above that kudzu's not growing near Walt. I mean, it'd be over for him. Hey, Vash, I don't want to see the line, and we did hit the goal, but do you know about this? Can you explain this to me, Vash? What is this? Wild Man of Yavin for five for the spring spritzel and another for the goal. What is that talking about? You doing something on your channel?
Nothing on my channel right there. But I think we're referring to some sizzles, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping. It's a super spring spritzel. Oh, spring to Ryan Gosling.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I was one of the ones way long ago saying, hey, I think Brie Larson's turning it around. And I think she has. I'm ready for the comeback.
Oh, yeah.
She's back, baby. Michael Cooley for 5 in the name of diversity. I think Wilton should be a part of the crew of the Artemis spacecraft. Jonas agrees with you. It's just that he thinks he should be in the, what do they call that airlock thing that sends you out into space?
I have no idea.
The airlock?
Our friend Tom would know.
Yeah, the airlock that sends you out of space is called the airlock. I think that's where Jonas is planning to put Wilton or the Artemis once it's up there. All right, Wildman, if you have it for 5. Speaking of fountains, insert what you'd like. Morocco fountain.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's another one.
Little tiles aren't the same anymore, are they? Wildman, if you have it for 5, 4 more out of Obligación. Wildman, you have been so kind to us today. We're going to play the clip. Hang on. We've got Wildman again for 5, another for the goal. But YouTube wouldn't let me send the last one. I capitalized the F, and it let it through. So weird. Texas is out there for 5. God dang it, Debbie Downer here. That fountain was not fun and high winds.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, the one at Epic gets everyone wet too, so there you have it. People like it. It's hot. It gets hot.
Yeah, dang it, it's hot down there, I tell you.
Spritzel.
Got the spritzel. You're welcome. And WGAB Daily 5 for the goal. Thank you, truly. Ken is out there for 2. Disney is mad. No more pennies are made to pinch. They'll throw nickels and dimes in the fountain. It's a good time. Make a fountain. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And the first Dragon Queen 4-5. I have too many suggestions for Super Chats. Curse you, wild man. And rounding us out, folks, we've got Snarky Distinct Nugget 410. Question. Why doesn't Disney close each park for a period for maintenance and upgrade versus walls and ultimate ugly throughout? Of course, they would have to be efficient and timely about these things.
Just do it overnight like they do everything else. I was watching the wall clip you put, Pro, and I was like, that bench is filthy. Just wash it. They could probably even get volunteers down the road somewhere, and they'll probably do it for free. Like, what is happening?
I think culture has her answer.
I'll go with culture and pressure wash it.
I would do it in a heartbeat. No, I wanted to raise my hand because I would say the perfect time to have rehabbed all the parks and upgraded like crazy and built on all your attraction ideas and everything and keep within the CapEx limits that they had set at the time would have been during the global crisis where everything was shut down. There was zero reason not to continue working because look, you're not mixing with the public anymore. This is the same problem they had over at the Disneyland Resort as well. Don't stop working. Never. And there would have been no walls. They could have torn down the walls. They could have had unfettered access to elements of the park. We would have gotten the Guardians cartoon spin or whatever the heck that coaster is faster, and everything else that went in with a glacial pace. And the biggest problem is, and I know Vash will agree with me, this Project Gamma or whatever it ended up being calling in the end never ever completed any of the original concepts that were tied to it, including a descent in Spaceship Earth, which we've been sorely lacking now for, was it 20 years? I feel like I was recording on VHS tapes the last time that I had a descent.
Well, the original Project Gamma actually called for Spaceship Earth to be completely gutted and actually replaced with an indoor roller coaster in there.
Yeah,
so I'm glad they didn't go with that.
Well, I think that would have been too costly, number one, and it would have been an engineering problem because that thing was designed with the steel frame as part of the structure.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't think they would have been able to do that for a reasonable cost.
I'll tell you one thing we should do for a reason, and that is say thank you to some of our biggest givers today.
Yeah.
Wild Man and Snarky, you keep the dream to stream happening and holding the mouse to account.
It was a peaceful planet until he arrived. Then he brought wild to our skies.
You know, you're
Good
right.
all of
You're
our friends.
absolutely right, Culture. They could have kept it going. And the whole social distancing mask stuff, they could have had a number of like a little crew and no one had to go near anyone if that's what they were worried about. And do the dang thing. Clean the parks, make it look nice and shiny and sparkly for the grand reopening of, you know, the end of the virus era, whatever that was, allowing everyone back in. You know, everything could have just been in tip-top shape, but I agree with you 1,000%. Heck, I was even working during COVID, you know. You have to do remote work, but then you have to show your face. And, you know, there's policies and procedures that they could have done and they just didn't do. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Hey, Culture, we hit the goal, and the goal was for you to tell everybody out there your favorite places in theme parks to eat and your favorite food items that are healthy and delicious. Would you maybe mind, Culture, to take some time to do so right now?
No, absolutely. Look, I'm going to tell you that I think that Epcot's a great place to eat, in addition to Disney Springs, which has the most number of restaurants I would choose for healthy options.
That seems a little bit big in comparison to what I was expecting, Culture. I was not expecting, I'm expecting like restaurants and food items, not entire theme parks. So can we narrow down a little bit? Florida is a great place for food.
La Hacienda de San Aniel would be a wonderful location to eat. They have some very healthy options there. They have some very unhealthy options there. And look, when I'm on vacation,
Hacienda, please. Hacienda. Thank you. Go ahead.
It depends on what part of the world you're in. If you're speaking
Hacienda de Angel.
San Aniel. There's no G.
For the beautiful people that don't know, it's in the Mexican Pavilion in Epcot.
Yeah.
Please continue, Culture.
Yeah, and then of course, if you're looking for Chinese food, Nine Dragons is an underrated restaurant there. Their pot stickers and other elements are fantastic. In Japan, Teppanydo is one of my favorite places to eat. The sashimi there is always beautiful. And then, of course, if you are Italian or looking for Italian food, Via Napoli has a handful of dishes you can get away with eating. Their pizza is fired in a wood-fired oven, and it's always a spectacle for the kids. So they have an excellent selection of wine and beers from Italy. So there's some things there. And again, I like to talk about healthy eating, but when I'm on vacation, I focus less on that and more about the food. Now let's get to Disney Springs. Blaze is a really great quick service pizza restaurant. Again, wood-fired pizza. It's excellent. Their dough is actually very high quality compared to others, and they use cornmeal to prevent sticking. So it's a traditional kind of a pizza place. Boathouse is excellent for seafood and steak. If that's the thing you're into. I don't really like STK because I think price versus value is not the best. Then you have Homecoming, which I think is Chef Smith's restaurant. It's fantastic. There are so many healthy options and unhealthy ones there. Old style home cooking you'd get from your grandparents, along with their own moonshine, which is they have some moonshine drinks there that can set you back into a new reality. The Edison, speaking of drinks, has not only excellent table service but also drink options there as well. If you are somebody who consumes alcohol, if you don't, there's other options. They have again. No, these places don't strictly cater to alcohol like the new Disney parks want them to do. And then Enzo's Hideaway is a hidden away restaurant underneath the boardwalk in a given area that gives you great views of the waterways with an aviation theme, which is spectacular. It's a 2-story experience. You eating down on the lower floor is spectacular, looking through those double height windows. And then Frontera Cocina. Frontera Cocina is an amazing a Mexican food place. They have if you're into the roast pork, they do a fabulous roast pork. But even their non-meat options there are spectacular. They do things the old way using lard, rather than the new modern oils that are designed to kill you. And then Morimoto I already mentioned, but if you eat on the inside, they have spectacular sashimi. And
the sashimi is so good there.
Yeah. And even their outside dining, the walk-up dining there, the quick service place, that's excellent. If you're just going to walk around and shop.
If you don't have time to go in, right.
Yeah. And then finally, if you like bowling and just a general family experience, Splitsville which is right by the AMC theaters there, is spectacular. They have pizza, they have sushi, they have 3 different options there for you to choose.
I feel like we've hit a Wikipedia page.
I'm almost done. Almost done. Terralina. Terralina is an amazing Italian food location there.
It's not Italian. It's not Italian. What is going on?
And then it's very good. Lots of healthy options. And finally, rounding out that location, I would say Wine Bar George.
It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping. It's a super spring spritzel. Oh, spring spritzel. Switch to Ryan Gosling.
Animal Kingdom has some of the best eating you can find on property. There's a lovely Laundries restaurant there called Yak and Yeti. They serve an amazing salmon. It's very delicious, but they have a lot of non-meat options there as well. Every one of their sauces is delightful.
Oh, they have the salmon. Oh, that's right. Mhm.
Yeah, and then of course Tiffin's. If you ever want to meet Joe Rohde, the best place to do so is at Tiffin's or in Tiffin's Lounge. He holds court there fairly regularly when he's in
I
town.
didn't know that. I just you're telling me now for the first time.
And if you're looking for a family experience with characters, I would say you want to check out Tusker House.
It's the name, that glorious name. Sounds like America. I knew right then and there I had to have it. And now I do.
Reasonably priced place that you can eat on property with a character experience. It's better than the bologna sausage breakfast you'll get over at Contemporary.
You have a bit of experience in that arena?
If you consider failure experience.
Studios Park, there's only one place to eat. It's the Brown Derby. And that's it. We made it through all the great places to eat that you can also find healthy options.
Oh my God, they've never stopped. Bash.
What?
We're
I'm trying to
still
give the
here.
people what they want.
Yes.
We're picturing all of the beautiful platters of the entrees, and I'm just trying to think on the map. Where are these? Oh, so that's right. Tiffin's is in Animal Kingdom. That's
No,
right.
not you too. Please, no. It was 17.
Well, I tell you, the one with the less grease is Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can dine at Sanaa in the Kidani. Yes.
And Sanaa, both.
We're not ready to
Very healthy. Very healthy. There's no grease, guys. Minimal on the grease. Minimal.
Hey, bro, we got a super chat right there. Look at that.
Bro, are you okay?
As we work our way through these scripts, if we're sitting and saying, I wonder if this character can do that, or does this make sense within the rules of Star Wars? That really, he's the keeper of the flame.
And I want you to get out of this office right now. No way. No way.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We're at a DEF CON 1. I heard we're at a DEF CON 1. Call Jonas.
Well, I'm going to be having for $5 Mexican Iron celebration. Yes, if we hit one more goal, we'll play celebration for Mexican Iron Man. I'm going to be having for 5 more. What is the stock thing you mentioned? Well, it's up a little bit, so we got to celebrate for him because it's up a little bit, but not.
Pro electrolytes. Are you okay? Put the coffee down. Electrolytes.
I thought it was going to be like 3 restaurants. It was 17, and we started ranking restaurants based on the grease amounts. Just to get to this next goal.
It's true. There's not any grease in Chico or Kidani Village. It's excellent.
No, Chico's spectacular for fine dining. Yeah.
Don't pull me back in.
And so what we've tried to do is really bring that shape language from the architecture. But like what we love to talk about at WDI is shape language. And we often refer to shape language. There's such iconic shape language.
You didn't. Well, of all the cheap, lousy ways to save a buck.
Well, man, thank you. Thank you for your 50. We love you.
50.
Yeah, I heard you are a wild one. Ooh.
Texas for 5. Disney stock up. Josh getting it done. And Snarky's back again for 10. A new iteration of that gameplay with players penalized during play. Snarky, you recommended it. We said it's a great idea. We'll be starting that next week. We got to update the membership stuff. But yes, it's a fantastic idea. It says could be fun with the whining of one hairy potato man. Soon, perhaps maybe in consideration. Yeah, that gameplay starting next week will, if you're a member at the highest level, You can join the panels, and even if you don't have the game to play along, you can talk along with us.
Yeah.
And, give Culture the ribbing he needs.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I can't wait to talk food with Culture. That's going to be fun.
I think we just did. The first Dragon Queen for 2, Culture and I can discuss animatronics. You two do know a little bit about the robots.
Mm-hmm.
She did some great repairs on her assistant.
Medusa?
friend.
Yeah, was it Medusa too, right? She had the
she's on top of it.
That's
you guys
right.
got to check her out. She's great.
Thank you one more time to Wild Man of Gavin. All right, folks, we're going to hit the last item on the docket. We're going to rock it, talking about that Disney stock. And remember, if we hit the Super Check Gold, the last one remaining, 6 more to go. A Mexican Iron Man celebration is on the way. But until then, stay with us. We got news.
I just can't wait for 3 days of you and me.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this out of, where is this? GuruFocus.com? All right, well, tell us all about your gurus. It says Raymond James upgrades Disney to outperform with a $115 price target. They're telling you to buy. They want you to buy. Okay, let's talk about whether you should buy. No financial advice being given right here. We're just going to give you the facts, nothing but the facts, and maybe some, maybe some thoughts on the facts, but no financial advice. Today, Raymond James has upgraded Walt Disney from a market perform rating to outperform, with analyst Rick Prentice announcing a new price target of $115. This upgrade reflects a positive outlook on the stock's future performance. Why? Well, historical analyst ratings are listed right here. You can go read it and see. But essentially, folks, what they're saying is the Disney stock has dropped a lot, but hope springs eternal. We've been here before, right? The Disney stock down 48.58%. Some might say that's just about halfway since its 5-year highs. And if you were to be able to go back in time about 5 years and a few months, it's more than 50%. But 97.16 right now. It has risen from its most recent low, which dropped down to 92.42, now up above the 97 mark. And suddenly, investors and analysts are saying, oh boy, you got to get in on Disney. Oh boy, you got to have it. And they're putting out the charts and they're having the fun and they're saying, oh, Disney, oh, that's where you got to be. See, looky there, folks. 160 is the high they think it could reach to. 130 is the average. 120 is the value, and the low is just a little measly 77. But, well, there's just one problem with this. Folks, we're not here to tell you what to do with your money. But look, Disney has been where it is. Since when? Let's go back in time. When was the last time it was where it is? 94.72. That's when it got in the 90s for the first time. January 23rd of 2015. This stock is where it is today, in the same place it was more than 11 years ago. Now, I don't know if you all know this, but money is not the same today as it was 11 years ago. Inflation has happened. And Disney bought a lot of stuff, including Fox and Hulu and a bunch of other things too. And still, the stock is where it was, not adjusted for inflation. Let me say it again, not adjusted for inflation, the same place as 11 years ago. Now, maybe you could buy, and maybe you could ride it to another crest and then dump it off there again. But, I'm not that kind of guy. I don't invest that way. I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but Culture, we have been reading these articles now for years and years and years. Yeah. And it's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow under tomorrow if you'll just buy this time. Culture, what do you think about this situation with Disney and the fact that they've been stuck in a rut now for 11 years?
I think that one of the things that's not mentioned is the amount of debt that they're carrying for, the acquisition of all the properties that they acquired, and whether or not any of them have ever paid off. I would say Marvel might be at break even or maybe a little better, but they've spent a lot of money on making those films, and they haven't really capitalized theme park wise. They built one of the Avengers campuses, which was kind of a dud in my opinion. Maybe other people have a higher opinion. And their, version of Harry Potter wands in that particular area didn't work out tremendously well either. So it was too expensive and required too much investment. So as I look across at that, I know that they didn't make any money with Star Wars. In fact, I think they're still greatly in the hole after investment in the parks, building the Star Wars lands or whatever you want to call Black Rock Spire or whatever 11 names it's had since it started. And then I look at, everything that they've done with Pixar and driven it downhill. So have they been able to make back any of that money? Is it reflected in the amount of debt that they owe, which, if adjusted for inflation, which you already mentioned, we weren't. I still think they're in the worst situation they've been financially as they've been in a long, long time. And the trend is not upwards. And this particular person is maybe suggesting to be a little bit more bullish on it. The trend is being a little bit more bearish. And that's not just true with Disney. It's a lot of entertainment stocks are headed down. So just observing from the outside, stepping back and looking at a bigger picture, I'd say there's more potential in a place that's growing and has, all of the elements of the social interest would be like Universal. And believe it or not, a little bit out of the box thinking, if there was a way to get money invested into Dollywood and other experiences like that in the future, I think you'd want to. There are also some Vegas offerings that might be worth it. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's do a comparison real quick, Vash. If we go to the S&P 500, even though the stock market has been suffering a wee bit since the Iran conflict happened, stocks are still up 64.28% over the past 5 years. That's a huge delta between Disney, that's lost half of its value, and the S&P 500, which gained 64.28% over the past 5 years. But what if you were to have picked a winner over the past 5 years? Well, if you picked a winner, you might have picked something like NVIDIA. And NVIDIA today is up 1,177% over the past 5 years. We could pull up some other winners like Tesla, for example, but there are big winners that if you had just invested in them, you might be doing pretty darn well. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody what to invest in. That's not the job of this channel. But Vash, I am curious, in the age of AI that we're going into, I think there are some strong headwinds, some worries for Disney, not in terms of stock, but just generally. I see some stuff I'd like to get a couple more data points under my belt over the next few quarters before I start saying Disney, whoopee. I just, there are some worries here. Walk us through what you might see as some drama that could be ahead for the House of Mouse.
I mean, there's where do you even begin? Where do you even end? That's really the question for the Mouse House, because it's such a transformative time in the entertainment industry from all sectors, from all sides, right? First of all, I think Kevin Meyer actually pointed this out there. Your linear television network, business is essentially going away. It's just not going to be a thing.
Second most profitable segment in the company, and it's
correct.
Going to die.
Essentially, yes. And I think that's why they placed Deborah O'Connor where she is right now, in order to make some tough decisions regarding that for its future right there. Kevin Meyer was also talking about maybe perhaps getting rid of ESPN. I don't know if that's necessarily what you want to do, because I think live sports is still going to be a part of your part of something that you can capitalize on going forward. We'll actually see there. You've got a lot of people tuning out to Disney content in general, right? They're playing video games, or they're watching alternative forms of entertainment and so forth. A lot of that being international, actually. You have, rising production costs. Obviously, you have the rise of unions and them wanting to get a piece of the action before this all kind of runs out. And that's the real question with AI. And I think Disney was trying to get ahead of that with the OpenAI announcement right there. And I suspect they actually wanted that announcement to coincide with their earnings call in November. Fortunately, that didn't happen for them. I believe they announced in December. It's very interesting, Pro, because there were, with Sora and the costs relating to that, there were questions regarding its long-term sustainability and success going back as early as October, and yet December.
Vash, have you seen the reports now that Disney is rushing behind the scenes to find a new AI partner? They're not giving up. I know that's the narrative that's out there from those who hate AI, and you've got reason to do so, but Disney is rushing. I don't know who they can go to. Their whole Disney Plus rollout is dependent on having a partner to make vertical AI content with users. Right. And unless it's Google with Veo, I don't know who they go to. Grok Imagine has come out as the leader now in video and image gen, and they're mortal enemies with Elon.
They might they might be so arrogant, bro, that they might believe that whoever they do go with will set them on a course of success, no matter who the player actually is. That's kind of that's the sense I got, at least from. Yeah, and I don't think that's necessarily going to work out for them, but I think they believe that they can ride that dragon successfully and it won't actually consume them in the end. But that's why I think they were so aggressive in getting that OpenAI deal done, because I mean, Bob Iger used to say we'd like to be ahead of things than behind them, right? They'd like to go ahead and ride those trends. I believe last year, anywhere between 30 to 90% of the stock market growth occurred in the AI sector. It's definitely something that people are, investors and so forth are talking about, and they wanted to go ahead and ride that train. But I don't know if they successfully can, especially as these tools become more open, as they say. So a lot of different questions here, Pro, and I don't know where the stock goes. I don't know where the growth sectors are for Disney going forward. Obviously, parks, you can do a little growth on that, but that is a legacy business for them. And as we know, other parks brands or parks companies aren't doing so hot right now.
I agree with him 100%. Just to piggyback off what Vash was saying, I'm thinking about everything. Their films have been just bologna sausage, in the words of our friend Culture.
Look at him. He's so proud.
There's no good movies that they've put out. They're losing tons of money right now because all the parks are under construction. They lost a lot of money with the Adventure, the newest cruise ship, the Adventure. That's a lot of money down the drain. I'm just not able to pinpoint where they're even generating money from. It's all going downhill, and the investments, the two major investments, just went completely Bob dipped out, right? He knew it was coming, so he dipped out early ahead of time. There's no money being generated. I mean, look, people go to the parks every day. You have people on the cruise ships at all the, sailings and all these things, but they're not generating what they're supposed to be generating because the content has everything to do with it. People are not drawn and attracted to the company at this time because they haven't given us a reason to. They've been, for the past few decades, they've been doing nothing but pushing us away further and further. So how are we supposed to invest in a company that's not giving us what we want, what we're craving, what our families deserve, And it's just unfortunate, but it's the truth. And the numbers, they speak for themselves. And speaking of AI, that whole thing with Sora it didn't soar. It went kerplunk. So I'm just wondering what other AI company can they possibly put their faith and trust in with their copyrighted characters and whatnot. But yeah, they're in bad shape. Disney Plus is tanked.
Unless they want to partner with a Chinese company, they've basically got Veo and Rock. There's really nothing else that's out.
Do those companies even want them? They don't want the partnership.
That's the thing that
Elon doesn't.
No.
As MJ pointed out right there, these are diminishing brands. Like these are diminishing IP, and so it's kind of like, why would we necessarily roll out the red carpet for Disney when they don't really necessarily have anything right now that's very compelling for the user? Maybe in order to put AI in the hands of maybe perhaps kids, but obviously there's a lot of problems related to that as well.
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to keep an eye on it. This is a big deal with Disney, the stock, as it sits where it is in the 90s. They need to get above 100 and do it soon, because if they don't, this company has a harder time doing the things they've talked about, which I still think is crazy, but talking about buying up Epic Games, well, if we're going to do another Hulu, this time in interactive entertainment, you're going to need more money in the pot, and being down there under 100, not a hot place to be for Disney. We'll keep an eye on it, folks, and we'll let you know what's happening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 away from our second goal. And if we hit that 3, we're going to play a celebration for Mike, because even though the stock is so low, can I tell you something? It's up 2.12% over the past 5 days. Look at that. And if we go to the 1 day, it's up 0.75% today. And, well, Mexican Iron Man, with his billions invested, we want to say hip, hip, hooray, as his money starts to go back even just a wee bit. All right, here's what we got. Snarky Distinct number 5, Culture. You are such a wonderful sport. Thank you, sir. I poke you often, but we all love you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fine. And you know what? I enjoy it. Again, it's like hanging out with my family from the very, very young age.
I don't think we're supposed to admit this, Culture. I don't think we're supposed to say that that you're in on the joke and that it's a bit. And I think we're supposed to leave that dubious, sort of like the audience doesn't know how you feel about it.
I think they probably get it, but I was the oldest, so I had to be the boss and do a lot of caregiving and stuff at a young age, and so it naturally evolved. So
I think you and now your boss, the lady in charge. I think you should do a reality show called Who Da Boss, not Who's the Boss. Who Da Boss.
It's not me. It's not me.
It's gonna be a short first season. Juliet for one. Thank you, Juliet. Greatest mod out there. And wait a minute, we hit the goal again. Flying Blind and Dragon Queen. Oh my! Thank you, flying high, and we're gonna celebrate Mike in just a minute. Texas for 5. Larry Fink World. Oh,
yep,
could be. Packy Protons for 2. Going to see Mario at 3:45. Showing today.
Cool.
Get
have
over
fun.
there.
Yeah, have so much fun.
Peaches. Sing it, everybody.
Oh, we got to do one for Grace Randolph. Let's flip it.
We've got First Dragon Queen saying surprises coming.
Whoa.
To Wilton. Yes,
oh
Wilton.
my
I can get behind this, folks. I can get behind the idea that Wilton is finally going to be surprised. First Dragon Queen, thank you so much. You've been so kind to us today. Let's see. Where is First Dragon Queen? Looking for the clip. First Dragon Queen. Where is it? What's going on here? Where's First Dragon Queen? Hang on a second. First Dragon Queen. Looking for the clip. Has Jonas been in here? Has Jonas been messing with things in here? Oh, Jonas. Okay, I can't blame him. Give us a second, First Dragon Queen. I'm going to fix it. I'll get First Dragon Queen clip. Oh, there it is. Found it.
Return the Dragon Queen.
That's my fault. I was looking for First Dragon Queen in the clips, and it's just Dragon Queen. Come on, bro. Get with it. Be professional, man. And then Flying Blind on a rocket cycle stops on by and says for 5, good day all. Thank you, Flying Blind. We see you and we appreciate you. And you know what? Folks, we've done it. We've put a dent in the universe. We've put a dent in Disney. We have done what we set out to do. And what is that? Celebrate with all of you. The goal has been reached. We're going to send you on over to the Vash Sky Parkcast in just a minute. But first, Vash, as we say goodbye to you, we're going to celebrate Mexican Iron Man. Vash, tell the folks out there before you go what's up on the show in just a few minutes.
What don't we have? There's so much going on. We're going to continue that Open AI Epic Games talk right there because it is fascinating. The deeper you go, oh boy, what will it turn up? Crazy stuff going on in Disney Adventure World, as people have seen, but all over the map. You have audio animatronics from all over the world going down and certain things happening. Not so good right there. So we're going to be covering that as well. Disney World has a new ticket offer, but only after 2 p.m. That's interesting right there. Talking about Disney hotels and DVC crackdowns and so much more. Please go ahead and celebrate with us as we reached 2K and debut of memberships. That coming up on Vash Sky Parkcast.
All right, Vash, we'll see you in just a minute, buddy. See you soon.
Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
See you
All right,
soon,
folks. Get over and subscribe to Magically MJ. It's with 1 L over on Instagram and X. Check out Culture Casino and that garden place. And so we don't run over into Vash, we'll just leave it at this. Go over to that pod place and subscribe. And thank you, everyone, for the kindness you've shown. We have big meetings coming up with some rather famous people looking for some more opportunities that might be coming down. And cross your fingers and your toes for us, folks. But thank you again. You make the dream to stream come true. For 5 from Packy Protons for William Thompson, I was on Monjero too and felt horrible with nausea. Switched to Ozempic and it improved 95%. Some advice for you. Folks, we cannot tell you one way or the other what to go with. But if you are in need of dropping the weight, then maybe what Packing Protons has to say will carry some weight with you. Thank you for being kind again, Packing Protons. Folks, it's time. Let's celebrate Mexican Iron Man and then send you to the Vash Sky Parkcast.
It's a super spring spritzel. Pedro's big year has Disney dropping. It's a super spring spritzel. Take down Star Wars, Avengers, oh please. They picked the wrong people. Even Bree said, nah, woke is collapsing. Theater snapping. It's a super spring spritzel. Oh, spring spritzel.
Today is a sad day, you know. The Disney stock it has dropped.
Oh no, really?
Yes, it's true. A very sad day.
That's terrible.
Our dear Jefe, Mexican Iron Man, has lost billions and Bob is gone. Bob is on the run.
What will happen, Abuelo?
For Bob's sake, I hope Mike never finds me.
He's a man, he's a man, he's a Mike of a man. Everyone be a fan of Mexican Iron Man.
I thought that chicken tacos were better than the rest.
Are you ready for perfect, authentic Mexican cooking just like your mama used to make? Come on down to Mexican Iron Man's Rabbit Chicken Tacos and Lawn Care Services, where not only do you get the freshest in Mexican cuisine, but you also get a fresh cut lawn. And don't forget to check out our second location, wherever the police have not yet run the van away from.
Mexican Iron Man, rabbit chicken tacos, lawn care services.
And if you think the cilantro tastes very fresh, it's no accidente, amigo.